Hey y'all, Michelle from Scottsdale. Just excited about today. Today's gonna be a good day. I got some really exciting interviews lined up. Hopefully, I'll post those a little later on YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited to start my new journey where I'm just gonna start letting loose. I feel like I've always been trying to be a connector and an activator for light workers, but I try to walk the line of living in what we know today as our 3D reality and what is possible in the higher dimensions and what's possible as far as like our superpowers, uh, our abilities that we're just coming into awareness of, and how exciting is it? I mean, it's exciting, but it's also a little bit scary because it's like suddenly you're an Avenger in a movie and you've got these powers and you're not sure how to use them properly, and you feel like you're kind of living in an alternate reality. So I just want to start by saying, I'm going to start sharing more and more of that alternate reality with you guys. I've usually tried to just show how it can be put in use, like as in, here's a vision that I have, and then here's how it came true. But there's so much more going on than we can't see, that we're manifesting in our lives at all times. So all I can really do is share my experiences and how I've been using my superpowers to rework my entire life. Literally, I mean, I feel like kind of a completely different person today than I was before the awakening. So, like I said, when I first started this work, it was about 9 years ago, and I started self-healing, and I had no idea how much information data feed there was coming from the body until I started tuning into it. And what I mean by that is your body is constantly communicating to you, just like the outer realms are communicating to you, your body is as well. And, you might not realize this, but you are the god of your body temple, meaning you're the one in control of all the cells. You're the one in control of all the chakra systems. You're the one in control of who comes in and out of your reality and every energy that you're exposed to. So I started out by going inward. I started unwinding my body. And as I was unwinding my body, I was basically removing tension that had built up throughout my life. You could say compensation patterns, but they're probably also patterns that are created by my DNA and my soul's history, and or either past lives and or the ancestry that I took on when I came into this realm. So I do believe that when you take on a title and you come into the realm under a soul contract, you do take on the title of your family's last name and any traumas or karmic load that ancestry carries. And you can choose to unwind it and work through it in this lifetime, or you can choose to just let that work itself out. For me, my soul and my soul contract was to come into the realm and to unwind everything from my own past life regret, like my own past lives. And I don't know all of them. I just know there were traumas from them that I've released because I unwound my entire body. So to simplify this, to simplify, okay, your body is a direct reflection of every DNA cell, of the DNA that you carry. So when you came into this world, you were a single cell and your DNA printed out that cell. It's like the cell is the printout of the script. And that script carries your entire Akashic record before and after you come here. That you could also call that a scroll of destiny. And that DNA prints out a cell, and then it prints out another cell. And next thing you've got like trillions of cells, and they're regenerating every 90 days. And, you are essentially the master of your own dominion. Your universe is within. So as I started to unwind, as in relaxing muscles, and you can do this right now, you could literally just close your eyes, scan your entire body, start with your face, go into your chest, go into your stomach, go into your legs, and let something go and observe what you let go. And that is the data feed. It's simple as that. It's almost so simple, it's shocking. And this is actually Jesus' healing practice. It all starts with letting something go. That is just the outer ring that you just experienced. And there's trillions of rings. But as you go through the outer rings, what happens is every time you let go of a muscle, the nerves can now travel deeper into the body. So the muscle, think of it as being like a sponge. It's tense. And because the sponge is tense, it's not letting in nutrients. It's not letting the nerves flow through it. It's not letting hydration. And so one of the reasons we're so dehydrated is because we're all so tense and we're living in this hamster wheel. And we think, of course, at every turn, the answer is to work out harder or to do more or to perform better. And it's not about that. It's about letting go. And the more you let go, the better you perform. And that is actually the secret sauce. And I remember when I first found my shaman, like 9 years ago, and it was just like, it was just like the movie Doctor Strange, where he goes and finds this healer. I think it's like in Bangkok or something. And it's my healer even looks like her. And I remember thinking, whoa, she knows so much more than anyone's ever taught me before. And, she really kind of gave me permission to start letting go. And she would go so slowly into these places and move energy through me and teach me how to unwind, because it's not in someone doing it for you. No one can come adjust you or move you in a position and change all of the memories of your DNA ever. It's never going to happen. There's no such thing. Someone can come and become an active participant in your healing practice, and they can observe and they can help you observe yourself. But ultimately, you're the only one who has total authority over every cell of your body. And you can leave bad influences and you can take on good influences. But at the end of the day, you are the master of your universe. No one else can come and just adjust you and change you for life. They can come and observe you. They can come and they can even merge cells with you and heal you from the inside, like through remote healing. But nothing is going to take away the work. And the work is letting go. That was the other thing. Is I remember laying on her table, like the third appointment, and I'm just asking her, like, wait, so you're telling me that I can do less, not more? And she looked at me and she said, no, I'm challenging you to do less. And I realized over the years of this practice that it is way harder to do less than it is to do more. Even going and meditating and having 2 little kiddos was like a major challenge, because they're screaming and you feel guilty. This feeling of guilt is overwhelming, but that is totally brought on by you and or society. It's not brought on by your kids. As a matter of fact, I started teaching them, nope, mommy needs meditation or she doesn't have sanity and you're not going to have a happy life. A happy wife and a happy mommy is a happy life. And, so I started to sort of naturally, I would practice it in her office, but then I started naturally meditating in the mornings, and I started realizing I was doing it in my sleep in the morning. So from about the hours, and again, this is just me, you might have a totally different pattern, but for me, for about the hours of 4 a.m. until maybe 6 or 7, I know I was actively unwinding muscles, because you can feel it. It feels so good. And you know how seeing is believing? Feeling is believing. I mean, when you feel those layers come down, like when we first did that exercise today, you felt something come down. And that every single time you do that, there is magic happening in your body. And you almost just at this point have to trust me when I say that, but there are miracles happening, because not only are the nerves now able to travel deeper into the body, and if you can't feel it, you can't heal it. Your body's constantly giving you signals, and it can only communicate through pain or sensation. But intuitively, you know where all the tension is, and you know that the outer layer of tension is. It's very obvious. All you have to do is ask your body, where's the outer layer of tension? It'll come to you instantly. And then when you can work through that layer of tension and you can unwind it, you start to build confidence that you're in total control over the muscles, and that all it is just fear holding that tension. Once you get through the fear, it's almost addicting. It creates a dopamine rush. And I became pretty addicted to it. I still am. I still so look forward to being able to unwind and shear open. And your body actually shears open on the geometric patterns. And you learn those geometric patterns almost through the sensation of touch and or feel. There's a tremendous amount of information in that one realm of feeling, actually feeling and allowing your body to send signals and receive those signals and feel as much as you possibly can in order to unwind. Now, every time I was unwinding, and remember, the nervous system that flows through the body and the anatomy trains that flow through the body and the meridian lines and all that stuff are all connected to neurotransmitters in the brain. So you have all these transmitters constantly trying to connect. And once the nerve and the mind can connect deeper, those transmitters become more and more stable. So it's called neuroplasticity. You're actually changing the transmitters in the brain to becoming more and more and more and more efficient. And when they become more efficient, you're using more of your brain. And that's when I started having visualization. So probably, I don't know, I actually say probably only 5-6 months into this practice. And I was also doing it at the end of yoga. I was doing it at the end, in Shavasana. And I was doing it maybe for a half-hour a day if I could break away from family. So like I said, I would do it in the morning until I had to get out of bed. And then I would do it maybe for a little bit in the afternoon, and I would do it, in Shavasana, because that's just where the instructors were taking us at the end of the yoga class. And it was probably within 6 months that I was having very vivid visualizations. And I know that I was getting more and more access to my brain as I was unwinding my body. Now, the visualizations started to give me access to new perspectives. Everything's about perspective. The dimensions are just perspectives. They are tools. You can operate in the 9th dimension, in the 5th dimension, and then bounce over to the 7th dimension. And I'm going to break down those dimensions a little bit later, because I didn't even know I was using them. I was just having a visualization. And a visualization is the best form of psychology and the best, most effective form of manifesting your own reality. I cannot express that more. When I started having, and I'm going to go into that in the next segment, but I started having visualizations more for my own self-work, my own self-mastery. Once I became a self-master, I then expanded into, people started asking me to see, them in the spirit realm. And then I started using these tools to manifest my future, which I can prove now because I've been testing it for the last 2 years. And then I started using it to affect the geopolitical sphere. And I know a lot of you light workers out there do naturally fall into those realms. Some of you are working in the, up in like the courts of heaven. Others of you are working to manifest things in your own city, state, or region. Others of you are fighting underground. I mean, I've seen it all now. I feel like this is such a time for us to realize that even though you can't see the other dimensions in the physical reality, the other dimensions are directly impacting the physical reality. So you may think you're living in an alternate reality, but you're not. You're manifesting. It's like going into those other dimensions is like going into the director's room. It's like going into a brainstorming session with 30, either you do it by yourself or you do it with other people, but in my example, I was doing it by myself. It was like I was going and I was thinking, if I'm going to create my reality and I'm going to write my script, first of all, what comes naturally to me, what brings me joy, what is my, soul contract telling me to do? And that's usually the most fun, because then you really find that you're putting together multidimensional puzzles, and every day is a new experience, and it's exciting. There's no end. There's no end to the knowledge that we can learn from this realm. There's no end to what we can manifest in it. I know that it's frustrating right now because we're under attack and because the collective consciousness is affecting our reality to a degree, but only as much as we allow it to. So I'm going to start with my story on what I started seeing in my visualizations. I've told it before, but I think there were now that I look back, they were key points, key moments in time. And I have learned to time travel too, by the way. We have so many talents. It's incredible. Like, 1, you can manifest your own reality. 2, you can time travel. 3, you're going to start realizing that this enemy has absolutely no hope for where we're going, because inherently people are good. People, and you can see the goodness in people and how they reacted to this attack. It's almost like this great experiment where you can see just how virtuous people want to be. They just need to be guided and taught and shown. Nobody wakes up. I'd say 99.99% of people, so long as they haven't been broken, like really fractaled as a child through abuse, are genuinely happy, people trying to create a happy life. They're not trying to be in a state of misery. They're not trying to hurt others. They might be confused on how others are doing things, but they're not evil. We're not inherently evil. Not the way they, as in the media or the powers that be, would like us to think we are. We are not evil by nature. We are incredibly kind and peaceful. And for that reason, I'm choosing to teach this. And I do believe that God is seeding this planet in waves, and more and more and more people with goodness in their heart, with love and kindness, are ready to come and clear out the traumas that have been caused by this experience that humans have faced over the course of the last, I don't know how many years now, guys. I'm just going to say the last 5,000, 15,000 years. I'm going to be interviewing Ishmael Perez today. So join me for that interview. I'm so excited. He just brings a whole nother wealth of information, a whole nother perspective. And I just ask that you guys stay open-minded to perspectives, because the more perspectives you can hear at this point in time, the more it builds almost like another reality in your mind. And again, the more knowledge that we can consume at this time for other people's experiences, the more we get to choose our path going forward. So I'm just here as a witness to my experience, and I'm here to offer it up to you guys and to bare my soul, which is nerve-wracking, by the way, because I don't normally share this stuff. I mean, it was a really strong prompting as I started having visualizations from my angels to start painting every single scene and draw it out like almost like a comic book, because there were multiple scenes in each of the revelations I was having, each of the visions I was having. But this is the thing. Now you realize there were prophets that have been calling this stuff out for a long time. It's just all been kept from us. So I encourage you guys to keep an open mind to Ishmael Perez. I personally think it's absolutely fascinating, and I just want to go as deep as I can and learn as much as I can. Now I take what I like and I leave what I don't. Just like anyone, he's got a certain amount of knowledge and research that he's done, and I've got a totally different set. So I think there's great synergy, and we all are a part of the same team. We are all part of the unity consciousness, which says we are not separated. We are everywhere at once. That's why you can call upon spirits or archetypes, is because they're everywhere at once. You can call upon Jesus and have a complete visualization conversation with him as if he's available to you at any time, because you're simply channeling his energy, his energetic source, what you know to be his energy, and he'll have a full-on conversation with you, because we are all everywhere all at once. And so we're not separated, we're unified. We just each have different perspectives. So when we merge the perspectives, we're going to have such a better view. And I just also want to throw down too, I have been fascinated with Gaia. I cannot believe how much great stuff is coming out on that channel. It's basically a channel. They've got all these different shows, series. Two of them that I'm fascinated with right now is Sound of Creation. And then there's another one called Sacred Geometry. It's the newest one. There's a few of them. I've actually watched the old ones too. But the latest one is mind-blowing, because it's like, yes, that's everything I've been feeling in my body for the last 9 years. So anyway, y'all, I love you so much, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.